let's get started. And yes, Corey, we do offer one primary, so I'll go over that shortly. So I'm gonna go over the what do you call it, presentation, the webinar, and then at the end, if you guys have questions, if you want to type them out throughout the chat, and then at the end of the webinar, me and Harold will go over all the questions. All right, guys. So my name is Victor from MJ Tradelines. This is Harold next to me.
Hi, my name is Harold.
And so a little bit about us. So MJ Tradelines specializes in providing trade lines to individuals looking to improve their credit scores. We have lines for both CPN users and Social Security number users. We have the largest variety of any other trade line company and the best prices. And for CPNs, just so those of you that don't know what CPNs are, we'll go over that shortly. It's me and Harold. All right. All right, so a trade line is any account that appears on your credit report. Different types, there are different types of trade lines, including mortgages, auto loans, student loans, furniture loans, jewelry loans, installment loans, and of course, credit cards of all types. We sell authorized user trade lines, which means you can pay someone to be an authorized user on someone else's credit card. This account will then appear on your credit report showing your authorized user status. It's also kind of known as piggybacking off someone's great credit. Sometimes, like when I'm at a like when I'm telling friends like, "Wait, what do you do?" I kind of will just explain it to them. It's like, because people don't know what trade lines are. A lot of you guys do, because you guys are in like in this business, and some of you guys that are on here do not. But I kind of just explained to somebody, it's like, I have a Capital One credit card for $10,000. I add my wife on that, have Capital One add her on that credit card. And so the next time about a month from this, I'm sorry, about 1 or 2 weeks after the statement date, like basically when I pay my bill, it will show up on her credit report. So if I've paid my credit card on time every month, it will show on her report that she's paid it on time every month. And then also it also goes the same way. If I had late payments, it will show up on her credit report also. So it's important just to add a trade line that has good history. All right, so what is a CPN? A CPN is a 9-digit number that is formatted just like a Social Security number. It may also be called a credit privacy number, a credit profile number, or credit protection number. Companies that sell CPNs to consumer market, to consumers, market them as a way to hide bad credit history or a bankruptcy. So CPNs kind of have are kind of infamous in the sense of like everyone kind of has their own opinion about them. CPNs are completely legal. It's just the way they kind of get a bad rep because of the way people use them. And I kind of use the like analogy like of a gun. Like it depends where like you have a gun, like in certain states or whatever, you can't have a gun, or you have to have it registered, or it depends on how you use the gun, right? Like you go do something bad with the gun, it's illegal. But like, for example, like I have a gun and I go shooting at the range with my dad, that's completely legal. It's just the way you use it. So the same thing with CPNs. CPNs are legal, it's just the way you use it. So like how some people use them illegally is what they'll do is they'll go build a credit. They'll get a CPN, again, it's like a Social Security number, right? And what they'll do is they'll build the credit on that CPN. For example, they'll add trade lines on it, or they'll add a primary. they'll get certain credit cards, and what they'll do is they'll go get funding on it. They'll go get they'll go get loans, credit cards, sometimes like even a car. And what they'll do is not pay it back. So if you think about it from that standpoint, that's considered fraud at that point. So again, it's the CPNs are legal. It's just the way you use it. So just use it, ethically and morally.
Like an example of a good way to use a CPN would be maybe to apply for an apartment. If maybe your history isn't too good on your social, as long as you're gonna make your on-time payments for the apartment and take care of it, that'd be a good example of how to use it good.
Awesome. All right, so why buy Tradelines? When you purchase Tradelines, you will be added as an authorized user of the card that you chose. So in turn, this will reflect on your credit report and may improve your credit score and increase your revolving limit. Creditors will be more likely to qualify you for a loan, a house, credit cards, and other credit goals. You have anything to add?
Yeah, to add on this, for example, if you're gonna go buy a car, it'd be a good investment to get a trade line before going, as it might bring up your score, which would bring down your interest rate on the loan. Thus saving you a lot of money throughout the year from that trade line.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like almost like I mentioned earlier, I forgot who it was, but they said that their girlfriend is was it a realtor, I believe. And so what a lot of people do in the real estate industry is they'll go add one or two trade lines before they apply for a house. A lot of the times, sometimes they won't even qualify for a house. The mortgage lender will say, hey, you don't qualify, you owe too much. So adding two trade lines, because, for example, remember how I said that example earlier? It's like I have a Capital One credit card and it's a $10,000 limit. And if I owe $0 on it, and for example, say I add Harold on it, so next month on his credit report, it's going to show that he's an authorized user on a credit card with a $10,000 limit with 0% utilization, meaning he doesn't owe anything on that credit card. So when he goes and applies for a house with his mortgage lender, the bank is going to see that he's responsible with his credit, because technically he's an authorized user on that credit card. He has the responsibility of that credit. Like he can technically, like if he actually had the credit card, right? Like if I trusted him and said, hey, I'm adding you as an authorized user, I'm giving him permission to access that credit card to use the funds. So like the bank sees it as like he's more responsible and more, and so therefore he'd be more likely to get the loan. And so what's also neat about that is like your score generally goes up, right? The more positive credit accounts that you have on your credit report, your score will go up. Therefore, you are more likely to save on thousands of dollars on the whole lifespan of the loan. So it's like 30 years, and on a 30-year note for a house, you pay the majority of the interest at the beginning. So you're going to save thousands. Just so like it's interesting to me that a lot of people don't see that just buying like two trade lines that are like $200 each are going to save you thousands of dollars, because it can get you in a better interest rate because you have a better credit score. All
right. So this slide's gonna go over how to read our list for some of our new people.
And then real quick, so this is the list that we send out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so some people get it in their email and they're like, some people have heard of trade lines, some people don't know what trade lines are, and people are a little like no, I wouldn't say nervous, they just don't know what they are, and I think we need, me and Harold and us at MJ Tradelines, we got to do a better job like explaining everything, because we just send this massive list out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So this list, we're just going to go over it in depth, like what everything specifically means.
Okay. So we're gonna start with the first column. It's gonna be the lender. So for example, this one's gonna be Wells Fargo. It's just the name of the creditor for the credit card that we have on file to sell. The next column is gonna be the account age. So this is when this person who has this Wells Fargo card opened this account, which was December of 2010. So when buying this account, it'll show open since that date on your credit report. The next column is gonna be the limit, and this is gonna be the limit of the credit card. So this was a Wells Fargo card with the 5,300 limit. Onto the fourth spot, it's going to be how many of these lines we have. So we could sell this line 4 more times. We have 4 more spots available for it.
Before the 11th.
And then the column 5 is going to be the purchase price. So this line is selling for 550 currently. And then the final column 6, is going to be the statement date. The statement date is when you have to purchase this line by and put it on your credit before we could not sell it anymore. So this list is a little outdated. We're gonna show you an updated one in the next slide.
Hold on, and real quick, did you want to go over the top part?
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. So the top's gonna be explaining that cards with an asterisk are not CPN friendly. So for example, here, this is our current list. So this line has an asterisk. It's American Express. It'll only work on a social security number. So for the most part, most of our lines do work with CPNs, but there's very few that have a asterisk next to it.
And then real quick, so this Amex this Amex credit card, so it shows, if you look at it, it shows the date when this person, because this is a card holder that we have, right? And so they opened it up in August of 2019. This Amex card in July of 2016. That's how old the credit card is. But since this one has this one is going to show up on your credit report, it's going to show the previous month, right?
It's going to show when it was added, just for American Express only.
Just for American Express.
That's what it says up there on our list as well.
Okay, got you.
So the next line that's only a little bit different is our US bank lines. So all of our cards post 7 to 10 days after the statement date, except for US bank, which will post the first or second week of the following month. So say the statement date's today, the 2nd, it'll post in December on the first or second week for US bank only. And then the last part is we do not guarantee score generation for blank files. It's up to the bureaus to decide if they give you a score or not. That's just explaining that if you have a blank file, the score might not go up as much as someone with a better credit history. So we just can't predict score, is what we're saying, but it will benefit it.
And Harold, what do you mean by blank file?
So some people maybe get credit repair, or they have a CPN, and it's gonna have absolutely no credit history on there.
Okay, and then also so the different colors mean like these are different card holders. For example, like this is one person that has one credit card that, you know, maybe lives in California, and then these 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, these black ones right here, this is another person, and then they live, you know, for example, I'm just guessing where they live or whatever, just as an example, but like these guys live in Texas, and then this person in orange that has all these credit cards, they live in Iowa, and then this one, so like there are different the different colors, meaning they're going to come from the same place. And why that's important is because sometimes like sometimes when I'm checking credit reports, I can usually tell right away if it's a CPN file, because they're picking, they have all these trade lines. For example, like say their address and they live in their home address and they live in Texas, for example, and then it shows that they have a credit card and it says it's from California. This one says Iowa, and then they have another one that says Indiana. And so what I mean by that is, like, usually I could tell right away that's a CPN file, because it's not normal for everyone to like be from 4 or 5 different states or to have 4 or 5 different addresses. So like in my opinion, it's better to pick, like if you're gonna pick like 2 or 3 trade lines to add to your credit report, it's kind of better just to add them from the same color, because it'll be from the same address. And then also it's easier because like when me and when us at MJ Tradelines we're helping you try to get the trade line posted to your account, you have to add an address, and we'll give you instructions on how to do that. But so if you order 3 different trade lines that are 3 different colors, you'll have to add 3 different addresses, so it's a little bit more tedious and more difficult to add the trade lines. So long story short, the different colors is basically meaning they're from one address. Think about it as one person, and it's better to, like, if you're going to order more than one, to order from the same color.
And then lastly, as I explained, the statement date is not the posting date. So this statement date is the 15th. It'll post 7 to 10 days after that. So this line is looking to post the 25th. So these are going to be proof of postings. This one's going to be a TD Bank line. And let me show you where it comes from the list. So it was this one right here from the list that you just saw, the proof of posting. Here are some more examples of our proof of posting. It's going to show the good payment history, and then the date it was opened. And then we guarantee 2 out of the 3 bureaus. So right here, it's posted at TransUnion and Experian, as well as this one.
And this is how it'll show up. It'll show up as authorized user status, that the account is open. This is the balance. So 298 divided by 3,900, whatever that is most likely less than 10%. We usually have the utilization for our cardholders at what?
25%.
So 25% or less, like we usually have all our cardholders. Most of them are like at 5% or close to 0%.
Yeah, anything 30% or under is gonna help your credit. But 0 balance doesn't help that good as well. So it needs to have at least a little bit of a balance. So how to get the lines to post? You're sent these instructions when you purchase a line from them. So I'm just gonna go over them. So first of all, you're going to make sure that you have no fraud alerts or freezes on your credit report, as the lines will not post if you do have a fraud alert or freeze. So just check with the bureaus and just double check before you purchase to make sure we don't run into that issue. The second step is to have a credit login. So we recommend MyScoreIQ, but there's a few others that we have listed here as well. Just if you have a CPN, you need to have a TransUnion account along with either an Experian or MyScore. For social security numbers, you could have just one of the logins. Once created, we're going to give you an address for the trade line, and then you'll merge it to the login. Merging it means just put it as your address. You're just going to say that you've lived there for more than 6 months. After that, you're going to pay for the 3 bureau report 7 to 10 days after the statement date. And then if you bought a second line, you're going to repeat this step after that. And then after that, you're going to get a new report 7 to 10 days after the statement date, and it should be reflected there. If for whatever reason it's not, please contact us. We could have you conduct a hard pull. And a hard pull is just going to CapitalOne.com or any other creditor that does an inquiry and apply using the address. This is just an example address. Wait 48 hours and then get another report. So this is going to put the address into public record to get it to post. If for whatever reason it's having trouble just doing these steps.
And then I know, like, to some people, like the seasoned people, like, okay, they got this down, but to like a lot of newer people that don't know what trade lines are, or you know, are kind of on the fence, like, hey, should I get one, or should I get one before I apply for a house or a car or loan or whatever. We'll walk you through all this. We'll walk you through all this. So like don't worry, like we'll send you this, but we will also help you throughout the process. Like if you get stuck at a particular point, like we'll help you get through it. Like we're used to helping people on the daily. And then so like this is a, like in a way this is a soft pull and this is a hard pull. Like so the difference between a soft pull is like you can, like the law from the rule from the credit agencies, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, you have the right to be able to check your own credit report at any time and as many times as you want without getting a hard inquiry for it. Like you have the right to do that. So when you check your own credit report and say, for example, you send us the login, that's considered you're checking your own report. So you're not getting, you know, docked by that. And so what we do is we basically have you edit the address. Like, for example, say you live in Texas, we'll have you edit that address to say that you lived in California. So, and the reason for that is so the trade line can pop up on your credit report. I know it sounds funny, but that's just the way that they work in order to get it posted to your credit report. So Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion can get it posted. And then the same thing with the hard pull. Hard pull is basically it's not checking your own report. It's someone else checking your credit. So like when you go to like Macy's and they tell you like, hey, apply for a Macy's credit card, or you go to Walgreens and they ask you to apply for a Walgreens credit card, or you go to look for vehicles and they want to check your credit, they'll ask you for your social, your name, and at that point they'll check and you do get a hard inquiry at that point. So like what this is basically, it's like we're having you quote unquote go apply for a credit card, even though I mean you may get it, but like the point of it's not to get the credit card. The point of it is so you can edit the address. So if you put like, so my name's Victor Fernandez, right? So if I put Victor Fernandez and I'm applying for a credit card, and then I put the address. Oh, sorry. Ready to go back? One sec, sorry. So I live in Texas, right? So if I put the address of this one, for example, again, this is just an example. If I put 123 Street, Brooklyn, now that trade line that Harold sent me in my email is gonna, if I wait for 2 days, then and I get another 3 bureau report, then it's gonna pop up on my credit report. So that was just kind of explaining that.
And then this isn't always needed. This is only needed if these steps don't work for whatever reason. And it's usually when you have a CPN that's blank, meaning there's nothing on there, or if you just recently had credit repair or changed the last name due to marriage or something, and it's just not linking the info. There's not enough public record with that information. So this is forcefully doing it. And again, it's not always needed.
And then real quick, and again, if you guys want to type questions, and then at the end we'll answer all of the questions at the end. And then we'll also have a recording, so if you missed a lot of it, we can send it over to your email. And then so Mike is saying we can pay an extra 100 for you guys to handle that, right? So like we have started this, people kept asking us to do it for them. And so like one is like we email you instructions and we walk you through it. So we'll help you get through it. But some people don't have time or they don't want to deal with it. So we offer like a $100 VIP service. It's basically we'll do everything for you. We'll make sure everything get it posted for you. And again, if for some odd reason it doesn't post, we'll credit you or refund you as well. But again, we're doing it on our end with that $100 VIP service that Mike is mentioning. So we did add that as well to explain.
So these are just guidelines that are on all our emails. So I wanted to go through them. Some of them we already touched base on, but we'll go ahead again. So that cards with an asterisk are not CPN friendly. Let me pull up that example again. So lines right here with this asterisk, that means they're only gonna work on a social. We'll need a copy of the social to get it to post. All these other lines that don't have asterisks are okay for a CPN, such as these. Next, trade lines of the same color have the same address. That's touching base again on so this group of blue, they have one address. This group of green have another address. So say this address is in California, this address is in Texas. And then you can just let us know if you're looking for a certain state, and we can find an address in that state. After you order, we'll provide an address. Again, explaining how you'll merge the address onto your credit login. The next step, all trade lines purchased are valid for 30 days. That means you'll be on there for 30 days, one billing cycle. So from the statement date to the next statement date, the next month. Trade lines that have not been posted must be reported within 20 days after purchase. So you just got to let us know before those 30 days are up if it didn't post, so we could give you some more steps such as the hard pull to get it to post. And then it's just going over hard pulls and address trains are required to get the bureaus to merge. So just letting you know that we might need to do that step is what it's saying. This is going over how to purchase from us. So you're gonna choose from our list that goes out, this one here. We have a few payment options which we could send you, which are gonna be wire transfer, ACH transfer, Bitcoin, Ethereum, direct deposit. But if you have any questions and if you've never done any of these type of transactions, we could walk you through it. And then from there, we'll send the line info, meaning the address and the confirmation. But to do that, we'll need the first and last name, the date of birth, and the CPN or social you want me to put on that line. And then that would be a completed purchase there.
And then real quick, on payment, like, so for those of you that are new, like, so we do, like Harold said, wire transfer, bank deposit, ACH transfer. We added Bitcoin, you know, a long time ago, because one, because I've always liked crypto, and number two, because it's easy. They're like, we used to accept Zelle, you know, and then Zelle, I had ended up talking to one of their like head managers, because we were accepting so many Zelle payments that they thought it was like irregular, and so they ended up shutting us down. Cash App, we're not, it's against our rules to take anything with credit repair. PayPal doesn't allow anything with credit repair. And we used to, a long time ago when we first started, we used to have a merchant services. We were able to take credit card, but unfortunately, sometimes, like almost like I was mentioning about the CPNs, sometimes, you know, there's those of us here that use in this webinar that have used CPNs, and they do it like ethically and morally, but we've had sometimes it brings nefarious people, and so we would add, say someone ordered with $1,500 worth of trade lines, we would add it to the report, it would post to the report, and then they would go to the bank and say, hey, I didn't order this, you know, and then we'd have to show the bank, or like the emails, and show them like, hey, yeah, they did. And anyways, so we don't take credit cards for that reason. So that's the reasons for the methods of payment. So it's like deposit, bank deposit, wire transfer, ACH transfer, and then we do you know, Bitcoin or crypto. And I think that's all I got for this. And then, yeah, if you guys want to keep typing your questions, and then we'll go over them at the end. And then those of you asking for a recording, we'll have a recording, and we'll send it. If you also too, if you type your email in the chat, say, hey, I want the recording, and then we'll email it to you after. Or you can send us an email at info@mjtradelines.com too. But or if you could do it in the chat also.
Okay, bonus. So we're gonna show you how to make money reselling our lines. This is gonna be for brokers or resellers of any kind. you're welcome to upsell our trade lines to your clients or associates. So we have this broker list that we currently use now. So with this list, this line right here is for 550. So if our brokers have clients they want to resell this line for plus 100, you're welcome to do so here. Send them this list. If you want to add 200 on top also, you're welcome to do so here. And then if anyone that needs this list, we could send it to them.
So yeah, so we'll have this. And for those of you that resell their trade lines to like your customers, in any way. So say you have a credit repair company, say you're a realtor, say what well, like a lot of you guys are in, a lot of you guys are in some type of credit business, right? And if you want to sell them to your clients, so this is our normal price. So like if you look at these, it's 420 and 275. And then this one, what we did was we added $100 to it. So it's 520 and 375. And this one we added $200 to the original price. So like if you just go like this, copy it and send this to your clients, like, hey, which ones do you want? Or you can copy all of them. And again, all these are adding $200. So when you buy one from us, for example, say you're buying this one for you're selling this one to your client for $750. The real cost is $550. So you just send us the $550, and then you're keeping the $200 difference for yourself as a for upselling, for selling your client on them. And again, so this is our original list with the normal prices plus 100. All these are added plus 100, and these are added plus 200. And again, so we'll have this to you guys available. We just did this last week. And so if you just like right click, copy, and then, open up an email, and you can send it to your clients from now on. And then for those of you that just joined the webinar, we'll have it recorded. So if you just put in the chat your email, and we can email it to you. And man, I think I guess that's about it. So just for like a first order, if you just email us info@mjtradelines.com. If you want to type any questions, we'll be now open in the chat. So if you want to just put your questions in the chat, we'll get to them right now. And then to place your first order, please email us at info@mjtradelines, and then just say, we send out that inventory list. Just say which trade line that you want, so we could see if it's available. And yeah, and then we'll help you get started. And then if you guys want to type any questions, and then also too, that broker Google Sheets Excel list that I had sent with the plus 100, plus 200. If you put in the chat, hey, I would like that Excel sheet, we can send that over to you also. And so I'm just going to go scroll up and go back to the questions. Hold on real quick. So let's see.
It came in after the introductions.
Okay. Tarina's asking, or actually Corey is asking, do you offer primaries as well? I'll let Harold answer that.
So we do offer one primary. It's going to be a jewelry account. It's going to show open brand new with no history, but it's going to pay itself down over 6 months. That one we do have for sale if you want to email us about it as well. It's not on that list with the other ones. So we guarantee that it'll stay on your credit report for 6 months. But that's what we guarantee. But like it will more or less stay on your credit for about a year. So just to give you guys a heads up. But we just guarantee 6 months just to be safe. Tarina's asking, do you have a legitimate CPN reference? We don't. We have a lot of people email us that do CPNs, but in all honesty, we don't want to be liable for referring somebody and then
I don't know if they get them from a wrong place, because almost like we were talking about, CPNs get a bad rep. There are people that sell CPNs and they're like babies or like adolescents social security numbers, or they're dead people's um social security numbers, and they're selling them as CPNs. So like I just don't want to be, I don't want to be responsible for referring to somebody at a wrong place. So we don't refer.
We do have a service where we could scan a CPN for you though. That'll let you know if you did purchase one that maybe is someone else's social. I'd be able to find that out. The service is there. I'm sorry, it was, I believe it's $40. If you want to email us about that as well, we will scan your CPN for you as well, if you get for some peace of mind.
And then LaShawn's asking, how long will the trade line show on your credit profile? Does it show up on all three, TransUnion, etc.?
So we guarantee 2 out of the 3 bureaus.
And
then they post 7 to 10 days after the statement date. So say if you bought it.
Hold on. Just read the question. Typically, how long will it need to be on there before I see it reflect on my report?
So yeah, 7 to 10 days after the statement date. So say you bought it today, with the statement date of the 2nd, it will post about the 12th. So 7 to 10 days from the statement date is how long you'll need it on there before it posts.
Next question is, how long does the trade line stay on your file or report?
So we guarantee 30 days from the statement date that it'll be on your report. Except for in February, where there's only 28 days in the month, it would be the only exception.
And then Mike Birch asked about the VIP service. Could you explain that?
So the VIP service, we take care of everything. The only thing you need to have is a login. So we'll add the trade lines to the report. All those steps that we send you, we'll do them ourselves. So even if we need to do a hard pull, we'll do that for you as well. If you have 2 lines that you need to switch the addresses on, we could do that as well. And then if for whatever reason the line doesn't post, we'll replace it and refund it with our guarantee as well.
And how much is it?
And it's $100 per trade line, $100 per trade line.
And again, you don't have to use that service. It's just an extra service because we kept getting people asking us for that. So like, we can help you get everything posted, and you don't need it. But some people again are just too busy or want us to do it for them. Michael's asking, how do we know what credit bureaus they post on?
So for the most part, they're gonna post to Experian and TransUnion. It's hard to say though. As everyone's credit's different. Some for the socials, it'll post more to Equifax, and the CPNs, it's usually gonna be Experian and TransUnion.
And Dylan saying, all of mine have been 10% or less with the little strong arm thing. No, that's cool. So earlier when I was explaining the DTI, I think that one was close to like 10%. So yeah, so we try to keep, we have all our card holders, we try to keep them like 10% or less, but we guarantee 25% or less, right?
That's correct.
Okay. LaShawn is saying, will you use the tray line address when applying for credit?
So that's only if it hasn't posted to your credit yet, you need to do the hard pull. So that would be conducting the hard pull. But after it posts to your credit, you just go back to using your
regular home address. And then so a few people just joined. We already more or less ended the webinar, but we're answering questions. So if you want to type any questions that you have about trade lines, and then also if you email us or put in the chat saying, hey, I want the recording, we'll send you the recording also. And then also if you want to put in the chat or email us and say, hey, I want that Excel sheet, the broker, like as an affiliate, like, so if you, because I made an Excel sheet that adds $100 to all our prices or $200 to all our prices, you could just copy and send that to your clients, and then it has a built-in extra like profit for you, so you don't have to like do it yourself. Let's see. will you email me a copy of the Zoom? I have some colleagues that couldn't make this morning. Yes, Ty, if you want to just send me your email and just say, hey, I want the recording, we'll send it over to you. Dylan Smith, that's a good question. How about VIP discount for volume? That's pretty good. Me and Harold were actually just talking about something like that yesterday. If you want to shoot us an email, like if you place an order and you want to do the VIP thing and then just ask about the discount, that we're open to it. We're open to it. We just haven't really come up with anything at the moment. Mike is asking, do you guys have access to CPNs? I could really use a reliable source. No, like there are people out there that do it. We just, again, I don't want to be responsible for like sending you to an unreliable place. So yeah, so unfortunately we don't. But I would say if you just Google it, I'm pretty sure you could just find like CPM providers, and then just look for one that has like reviews or one that you can kind of like trust their payment method also. That's what I would do. Oh, TL. Man, everyone's been putting TL. I don't even know what it meant. TL is tradeline. Tradeline only valid for 30 days. That's what Divine is asking.
So when you purchase 30 days, but you're welcome to purchase additional months, but the price on there is per 30 days.
And then Dylan is saying, I have had a trade line from you that reported for more than 1 month. Awesome. Yeah, so yeah, we just guarantee 30 days. And then yeah, anything over is like extra gravy for you, or like, it's good. It's like, because sometimes it's when the card holder takes you off, you know what I mean? Sometimes they'll just leave you on there. And then also too, it depends on the credit bureau, like when they stop reporting it. So like that's why we just guarantee 30 days, and then if you get anything over, awesome. Michael was saying, can I get the recording from today? I have to walk into work. Yeah, if you want to just, I know we're barely reading it 20 minutes later, your thing, but if you want to just send me your email and then we'll shoot you to say, hey, I want the recording, put your email. Same thing, Michael, if you could just shoot over your email, we'll send you the recording. Corey says, great call, appreciate the info. My questions are, do you offer primaries and how long do they stay on?
So we do offer one primary. It's not going to be on the same list, but if you just email us, we could send it to you. It's going to be a jewelry account that stays on your report for 6 months.
We guarantee it stays on for 6 months, and then it more or less stays on your credit report for about a year. But again, we guarantee 6 months. As for buying multiple trade lines from the same person, do I get a discount? You know what? So we don't have discounts like buying from like one particular card holder or anything like that, but we do have we do like flash sales, like maybe like once a month, or sometimes if you've seen, we'll do like buy 2 trade lines, get 1 free. And the reason we can't go like even crazy, like super crazy on the discounts, like 75% off or anything like that, because like we work with the card holders and they get paid also to add a lot of people to their credit profile, you know what I mean? So like we have to pay them as well. But to answer your question, we do sales, maybe like I'll at least once a month. And final question, if they go over utilization during the time, what do you guys do? And okay. So if they do go over utilization, for example, for any reason, like say, because we guarantee that it'll be under 25, is it 25% or 30%?
25%.
So if they go over 25%, for example, we take them off of our list and we say, hey, can you please pay your credit card down? It needs to be under 25%. And I mean, at the end of the day, like we kind of give them a warning, like again, they're people, you know what I mean? And sometimes things happen, but a lot of people, like the card holders that we have, are pretty stellar, and they know like that it's better for them to just be card holders and get paid every month than actually use their credit card and go use it at Best Buy or whatever. Like it's better for them to just pay us. So like we haven't really had any trouble. I mean, we've had one in the past, you know, where it's happened, but we just take them off of our list. And go
And then
ahead.
we'll replace and refund the line for you.
Yeah, and if that happens, of course, like we'll make sure that you guys are right. We'll refund or refund you or get you another line and take that one off. I want the tray lines to stay on longer than I want the tray lines to stay on longer behind the 30 days. What's my option on that?
So you would just need to let us know before the 30 days are up that you want to repurchase. And it would be basically repurchasing. Like again, we really can't do deals like that as they're people's cards, except for when we have the flash sales.
Marcus saying, can we go back and watch the recording later? I missed a few minutes. Yeah, Marcus, if you just shoot us your email and just say, hey, I want the recording, we'll send it over to you. Same thing, Thomas, if you shoot over your email. Dylan, the broker program or affiliate links. If you email, I'm sorry, send me your email and just say, hey, I want that broker Excel sheet or that broker sheet. I'll send that over to you also. Britannica, I want the recording. Cool. So everyone that put their email, I'll send you guys the recording. Okay, cool. Let's see, recording. I need the brokers list as well. The one that asked for the brokers list, just put your email and I can shoot that over to you. Is the cost to purchase a one-time? You know what that means?
It's a one time for the 30 days if that's what you're asking, but the trade line's not gonna be on there for good if that was your question. It's for 30 days that we guarantee.
Emery is asking, when we pay the price, do we get all the spots that's on there or we just get one?
So it's just one spot. So that's basically just our inventory on how many we have left. So if it's at 0, we're sold out. So that's just to let each other know if that line's available.
Tarina's saying, I'd like to be a reseller. Awesome. Yeah, you can. I would just like if I was wanting to be a reseller, I would say, hey, send me that Excel sheet so I can start sending those to my clients, you know, or if you repair people's credits, like say, hey, I want you guys to pick one of these trade lines and then just copy and paste the ones that say either plus 100 or plus 200 to the prices that we already have. So yeah, so you can make an extra few bucks or some, you know, some Christmas money. Do you guys take phone calls? We actually don't do phone calls because we want to, it's like for a number of reasons. One is to keep the costs low of the trade lines. And then number 2 is because, for example, like say we were just taking like phone calls and then we're saying, hey, can I have your credit login? What's your password? Oh, is it capital P or capital O? Oh no, I can't get in. So like it's just it's easier for us just to copy and paste it. Like, hey, what's your social? What's the name that you used? What is your username, password for your credit login? Copy and paste it and we check it. It's like so much easier. And also everything's recorded via email instead of over the phone. And we're like, oh, Dylan, you gave us the wrong, you spelled the name wrong over the phone. Like, no, I didn't. You know, I gave it to you this, you know what I mean? So like everything's recorded on email. So that's the reason why we don't take phone calls. Like it's to keep the cost low. And so everything's recorded. So everything's clear. How can I get a CPN number? Isaac's asking, how can I get a CPN number until I repair my credit? Like if I were looking for one, I would Google just like buy a CPN service or buy a CPN on Google, and then I would kind of like research, you know, maybe reviews or just ask their methods of payment. And that's how I would do it. Danita is saying, can I have the Excel sheet? Yes. If you could just shoot over your email and say, put Excel sheet, and then we'll send you that. Ty's asking, do you offer business trade lines? How long do they stay on for? Do they post to all 3 bureaus?
So we only offer personal trade lines. So our lists are going to be all personal, as well as the primary. Also, I forgot to add that our primary is It doesn't work on CPNs. It's only for socials. But yeah, to answer your question, we don't offer any business trade lines currently.
And anyone that's putting their email address, because I don't think it's super clear, like if you want the recording or if you want the Excel sheet. So I'm just gonna send you both to everyone, and if you don't want the recording, cool, or if you want to use the Excel sheet, you know, if you don't want that one, or if you do want it. So I'll send you both of them to every email. What's the limit on the jewelry line from Corey?
It's going to be a 20,000 jewelry line. That's going to be the primary.
And then Dylan saying, I need the CPN scan service.
If you just want to email us at info@mjtradelines.com, I could walk you through the process. I would just need the CPN, and then I'll send you the payment options. They're going to be the same as the purchasing the trade lines.
And then Tarina saying, okay, I will email you for the CPN scan. Awesome. Melinda saying she's interested in the primary. Cool. Yeah, if you send us, Melinda, an email saying, hey, can you give me the information on the primary? We'll shoot you over all that info. Mike is saying, can I purchase a trade line after its report date?
You cannot. So the statement date is kind of like the time frame where we need to give the information to the card holder to add it to the bureau before the bureau reports it for that month. So you would have up to the day of the statement date before we close to purchase that line. The next day it wouldn't be available, even if we had spots left, just because it's past. It's
yeah, the credit, basically the credit entities, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, they won't add it to your credit report, so it's basically useless. So yeah, so once we take them off of our list after the statement dates expire. Mike is saying, does the VIP service apply to adding tray lines to a CPN as well?
yes, so that's what the VIP service is. So it would be for social or CPN. You would add the trade line to the profile. The only thing you do need to have is the logins, just because some CPNs have trouble making them depending on how strong they are. So we need a CPN that has a login, and then we could proceed with the VIP service.
And then Madison is asking, I have a new CPN, need to know if it is any good. We'll need to get the VIP service. So if you want, you can just email us and say, hey, MJ Tradelines, I would like to scan my CPN to see if it's, you know, just to see if it's if it's somebody else's social security number. You know, you don't want it kids or babies or someone that's passed away. We'll do that service, that background service, and it's just it's $40. And then so for the VIP service, that's different. That one's basically for us to get the tray line posted for you, and all you basically have to do is send us your credit login, and we'll make sure everything gets posted, because some people again want us to do the VIP service, and again, that's just to get the tray line posted to your credit report. And also the VIP service is also not needed. You could technically do everything yourself, like we walk you through everything via email. And Madison is saying we'll need the recording. Okay, yeah, if you shoot us your email, Madison, and then I'll shoot it over to you. Dylan is saying business line. No, Dylan, we don't have any business lines, just personal trade lines. And Dylan saying, send me everything. Been in this for a while. Been scammed a million times. You guys are always awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, it sucks because like almost like CPNs, just like this industry or finance, it's just a lot of like nefarious people. And so yeah, we just try to do right by everybody. And if you think about it, even just from our standpoint, like as the business, it's like we do right by Dylan. His trade line posted to his credit report, like he sends his to him or his clients or whatever, and then he rebuys. So it works for everybody to do the right thing. It's crazy that people don't think of it like that. If you could do affiliate links, it would be a game changer. I'm an influencer. Awesome. So I'll send you that Excel sheet, and then affiliate links. Yeah, we want to do a better job for our affiliates that use their services. But if you have any ideas, we're open to it, Dylan, like anything that you could think of. But for now, we'll email you that Excel sheet, that plus 100, plus 200, and you could you know, up the prices for your clients so you can make some profit. A lot of people are asking for the spreadsheet and the recording, so we'll send them over to you guys. Let's see, Dylan says that he's a CPN affiliate. That's awesome. I can assist on CPNs. Sisha. I think Ronice is saying, so are you guys able to bring in traffic for someone who wants to sell? Is that what you're saying? No. So like we do, like I'm in charge of a lot of the marketing. So like I have a full-time marketing guy. We do all different types of marketing, mostly like Facebook ads. You see our email blasts. We do text marketing. But we don't like bring traffic for someone that wants to sell. So like usually that's someone that wants to, like, for example, resell the trade lines so they can make money, is like they're usually like a realtor, a mortgage lender, a credit repair owner, and they'll sell them to their clients. But Renice, like if you need help with like Facebook ads or something like that, if you want to just send me an email and maybe I can help with that. We also are getting a lot of people asking us for credit repair leads, and so that we did start selling the leads as well. So like this trade line business is like a 7-figure business, and most of the leads have come from Facebook ads. And so if you see our emails, you know, that's basically email marketing and text marketing. So we the same way we built our 7-figure trade line business is like I'm selling the credit repair leads, the same Facebook ads. And so like if, for example, say you have a credit repair business, you can buy leads and then you can sell them credit repair services with the credit repair leads that we offer. And they're, how much are they?
Credit repair leads, they're going to be $15 if you buy 50 plus, $18 if you buy 20 or 10 to 20, and then if you buy 10 or less, they're going to be 15.
Okay, awesome. Dylan says legal CPN. Ty is saying, do you offer business trade lines? How long do they stay on? Do they post for all 3 bureaus?
We only offer personal trade lines at the time.
So a lot of people are saying that they do help with CPNs. That's good news. Renice is saying that's good news to hear. Awesome. I say awesome a lot. Can you email the list and the recording? Thank you, and I really appreciate the information. Help. Yes, Paige. If you just send your email, and then we'll send you both of them. Can I refer card holders? That's a good question. So we have this one guy that's one of our biggest card holders. And what he does is like they're all not his credit cards. Like he has, for example, like he'll convince like family members to say like, hey, I have this way that I make money every month. Do you have a credit card in good standing? And they're like, yeah, you know, and they know nothing what trade lines are or whatever, but say they trust him. And so what he does is he basically sends us like the list of credit cards, and then we'll give him a quote on how much we can pay him for the credit cards. And then what he does is he subtracts a little bit for like, so say his sister wants to sell the credit cards, but she doesn't want to know any of this. So he just takes maybe like $100 off of the $300 that we send her every month, for example. So like he just kind of puts in his little profit, and so he manages other card holders, if that makes sense. So he's really the only one that does that, right? Maybe like one or two.
Yeah.
And he has a lot with us, and so we send him his payment every month, and he makes like crazy money. So yeah, Dylan, you definitely can. I would, instead of referring them, like if you want to just say, hey, ask them to send you their credit report, and then and we'll check it and we'll say, hey, we can use these credit cards. We'll give them a quote. And then Dylan, then you go to the like your family member, for example, and say, hey, this is what I can pay you. And then you just keep a little bit of difference for yourself for managing everything, you know. Ty says question. Okay, so I think we answered that one a few times. Do you offer business trade lines? No, we just do personal trade lines. Dylan says, I would like to speak with you guys sometime. Please email me everything from today. I have a few ways we can synergistically help each other. Yeah, awesome, Dylan. If you want to email us, email me your phone number and maybe we could go over some stuff. That'd be cool. And Danita's saying, yes, I can see your questions. She's saying, can you see my questions? A lot of people asking for the broker list. So I'll email you that. Anne is saying, does the credit score go down once the trade line is gone? That's a good question.
So it'll slightly go down, but it won't. It'll either go back to how it was before, or slightly a couple points up, as it's gonna show closed and good standing. So it's still slightly gonna be there.
Yeah, and it'll stay on your report, but it'll show closed. So that, yeah, it's a really good question. So that time that it's open on your credit report is the best time to apply for your credit goal, whatever your credit goal is, like applying for a loan, applying for a house or a car. Within that 30 days it's on your credit report, that's when you should apply. That's a really good question. Dylan is saying interest rates are FD right now. You guys told make killing reaching out to solar companies and sales teams. I think he's saying interest rates are effed up. But so like, yeah, that's a good idea, Dylan, to reach out to solar companies, because I have a friend that owns a solar company and they're all about, you know, just if does a house the person that owns the house, do they qualify for this like $30,000 solar package, you know? So that's a really good idea, Dylan. So maybe I'll start trying to target solar companies for trade lines. But yeah, thanks for that, Dylan. Do you have like beginner classes for newbies? You know what? This is what we were trying to do. But if you have any questions, Danita, if you email us, we'll help you with everything. So if you just email us like, hey, I don't understand how to order, or hey, any questions that you have, just email us and we'll email you right back and we'll walk you through everything. Or if you want to answer any, I'm sorry, put any questions right now too, and then me and Harold can go over them. Nicole is asking, good morning. I was here early this morning. May I please get the recording? Yes, reselling the copy and paste, but in their own style. Well, I can do CPN Guru. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so we'll send you that recording and then that Excel sheet. So it's actually on Google. It's not an Excel sheet. It's actually on Google Sheets. So it'll be so like if you guys are late, like up at night, and it'll always be there. The Google Sheets will always be there. So you can just copy and paste it. And I know you were saying in their own style. So like, let me know what ideas you have, and we're open to helping you guys put it in your own style too. So we're open to that. Can you pay extra? Emery is asking, can you pay extra for all the spots? You can buy them all. I don't think we've ever had anyone do that.
So yeah, so if you're gonna buy them for like you and your friends, you could buy all the spots. But if they're all for you, we can't put you multiple times on one card. It's just like one per card. But you could buy multiple, like say a Wells Fargo card, Capital One card from us. You could buy as many as you want. But if you want all of them for that Capital One spot, it'd have to be for other people, just because we only can add you one time to that card.
And then Dylan's asking, CPN tool checks like LexisNexis. So we paid for a service that checks all the CPNs and SSNs. And they had to even like investigate us, and we had to do like live Zoom calls to make sure that we're an actual company, and we had to do video calls. It was was pretty intense.
Yeah, you need somewhat of a clearance for that one, just because it like background checks at a pretty high level.
Yeah, and so we don't do like the free ones like SSN Validator or all these that anyone could do online free. Like you're more than welcome to use those, and they do work like to an extent, but like we have we pay for like this higher background service. So we're giving you quality information on the CPN service. Renice is saying, I need both, thanks. We'll send it to you. Danita's saying, when do we start looking for loans and cars and houses? How does that work? Just apply with our info or the trade line info?
So once the trade line posts to your profile, you don't need to use the address for the trade line anymore. You switch everything back to yours. And you just apply normally as you would before the trade line. Just make sure it posts before is the only thing you have to wait on, just for it to get there on your report.
Corey's asking, does the primary report to all the bureaus?
So for the primary as well, we guarantee 2 out of the 3 bureaus.
That was a good question. Kelsey is saying, is there something we can purchase to do that same background check? Is there something we can purchase? Yeah, if you just send us the information, like say you want your social or your CPN to be checked, we can we do it for $40, and then we'll make sure that it's not you know, like a child's or baby's or someone that's passed away or someone else's, because you don't want to do fraud. And again, you could just buy it from a CPN provider, say they're not, you know, there's a lot of people on here that provide CPNs, but say you buy it from somebody else like online and you don't know them, and all they're doing is stealing people's social security numbers, getting them off the dark web, selling them, and then you're accidentally committing fraud. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to do that. So that's why that CPN service is good, just to have some peace of mind. I don't know how to get off the direct. Nicole saying, I don't know how to get off the direct message.
So we only have direct message on.
Oh, okay.
They can't message others.
Oh, okay. No, okay, got you. Yeah, and all you guys asking for the recording or that Excel sheet, we'll send them over to you. Dylan saying, I've set this up, me and my fiance. That's awesome. Yeah, Dylan, I feel like we're gonna be good friends. Ty is saying, thank you guys for an informative and authentic Zoom. You guys are very transparent and made our time worth staying until the end. Thank you for being honest and transparent. It's greatly appreciated. Enjoy your day. Thanks, Ty. That means a lot. We try our best. Dylan saying she does social media management and we have built and used these. Oh, cool. Yeah, and Dylan, send me your number. It'd be cool to chat with you. Letitia saying spreadsheet and recording. We'll send you that. Tommy's asking info on the VIP thing. Melinda saying, I would love the credit repair leads. So Melinda, if you want to shoot us your email, and then I'll schedule like a Zoom meeting with Harold, and then he could go over the credit repair leads. If I have credit cards available to offer, how does that work? So if you email us, Corey, your Harold, do you ask for the credit cards or do you ask for their credit login, like the credit report?
You could send me whatever's easier for you. You could credit report and I could pull the information. Or if you just want to let me know the name of the card, the limit, and the date it was open, we could get a quote started for you on how much you could get paid out each month selling those lines with us.
And then Dylan's like, dude, we need to talk. You talk exactly like me. Yeah, send me your phone number. Tommy is saying, I also can help with CPNs and some people that can be affiliates as well. Awesome. And Tommy, if you send us your info, and we can go from there. I know exactly what to do and provide card holders. It's passive income for my clients and could have this at the top of a money funnel. Yeah, I feel like you have a good grasp on this, and you can probably be like one of our top card holder does exactly what you're saying. He has a lot of credit cards, and then he has like I don't even ask him, but he just has other people under him. He's making money off of them. So like I'm pretty sure they're just family and friends, you know. With this Erica saying, with the CPN scan service, would you also provide feedback or review to check if the CPN has been tri-merged correctly? Yeah, we could do that. I don't think that's a big like we normally didn't include that, but we could do that for you. It's not that's not too hard. And Dylan saying this was beginner class. You guys did fantastic. Awesome, man. Thanks, dude. Danita is saying, when do we start looking for loans, cars, and houses? Okay, so we just answered that. I have a number of solar companies and car dealerships that I could refer to your next webinar. Yeah, that'd be cool, Dylan. Yeah, if you can shoot me your email or phone, we'll go from there. Nicole, you weren't supposed to today's CPN Guru. I was making a statement. I have the fact confirmed over 4 years. Sorry. Oh, okay, sorry. I was just reading a lot of the questions. Danita saying, which bank do you recommend, and do you recommend old accounts or new accounts? That's a good question.
So it just depends on if you want to evaluate your credit a little bit. If you need more age, if that's what you're lacking because your credit's kind of new, go for the older ones. If you're in somewhat of some debt, the higher limit ones will help you out more.
Exactly, yeah. So it really depends on your credit. Like we normally, because like we get emails all the time and we're like, hey, what trade lines do you recommend, or which ones are going to post to all three bureaus, or which ones are going to help me get qualified for the highest amount of loan. So like those, because there's so many variables. We don't like guarantee, or we don't say, hey, buy these two trade lines, because what can happen is like we say, hey, buy these two trade lines, Danita, and then you go apply for that house, and then you don't, say for example, you don't get qualified. You're gonna come back at us and say, hey, MJ Tradelines, what the hell, like you guys told me to get these trade lines, I didn't get qualified for the house, you guys are a scam. You know what I mean? Like, so like there's so many unknown variables. Like we add trade lines, we have a huge wholesale trade line list, and what we do is we guarantee the trade lines will post to your report 2 out of the 3 bureaus. Like really that's it. But like if you have like so sometimes people have a CPN and they just need like 2 little cheap trade lines, they'll buy the cheapest trade lines. If you need age on them, like for example, say you have 5 credit cards and they're all new, like in the last 2-3 months, and what you want to do is show age. Like if you want to show, like, buy a trade line that's like 3 years or older, you want to buy age trade line, so the next time you apply, the bank will see that you have aged information on your credit report. If you have a lot of debt on your credit report and you want to show the bank that if you want to bring your DTI down, your debt to income. So if you want to get a large trade line, like a $20,000 trade line, a $30,000 trade line, so you can fix that ratio. So it really just depends on your report and like what your goal is. You know what I mean? Dylan saying SSN validator, laugh post randomization. William saying, I know where to buy the CPN and it does work. I think Nita's saying I need both too. Okay, so we'll send you over that affiliate link, and what else?
The recording.
Oh, the recording. Emery is saying, with cars and houses, should you use before the account close for better results? Yes. Yeah. So what Emery's asking, like say you're going to apply for a house or a car, should you use the account? Like, should you apply? What she's saying is, should you apply for the loan before the trade line posts, before the 30 days, like say after 30 days, say, and then the account closed? Yeah, it's better for you to have it open. So that 30-day window is when you should apply for that house or a car. So yes, Emery. So I can have you check a Netta is asking, so I can have you check a CPN I generated. Yes. Yeah, so let me, Kelsey's asking for Dylan's info. So yeah, if you email us, Kelsey, and then we could connect you guys. William is saying, yes, indeed, that's important because there are a lot of scammers out there. Yeah, totally. I missed it. Ned is asking, I missed it. When is the next one?
There's another one that we're having next Tuesday. That one's gonna be later in the day. It's gonna be 3 p.m. Mountain Time. But we're gonna have the recording for this one also that we could send to you.
Emery is saying it has been hard signing up with you guys, so I can start buying now. Awesome. Yeah, and do you know what she's saying? And so if you have any questions, Emery, like about starting or anything, or any questions about trade lines, just hit us up over email and we'll answer you. And then Netta's asking, are you gonna be able to do a next one? Yeah, so we're gonna do one on next Tuesday. At
3 p.m. Mountain Time.
3 p.m. Mountain. Dylan saying one for age, one for limit. Yeah, that's a good idea, Dylan. Like that
Good strategy.
yeah, it's a good strategy. Melinda's saying send me the recording. Is the cost to purchase a one-time? Yes, I will love the upsell Excel sheet. Yeah, it's just the cost to purchase one time. And then Kenya is saying, I'm so glad you guys are doing the Zoom. I have CPN clients and need more than one trade company. Please send me the recording and e-roll me for the next one as well. Awesome. Cool. That is all the questions. And those of you that joined late, just email us. I'm sorry, send us a direct message of your email, or email us at info@MJ Tradelines and just say, hey, I want the recording, and we'll shoot you over the recording. And then and again, we'll send you over that Google Sheets list. Those of you that are like that want to broker our trade lines to make extra money for yourselves, so you can sell them to your clients also. But awesome. Thank you guys. And and again, just hit us up in the email info@MJ Tradelines, and we'll help you guys. Thank you guys.